In a world long dominated by Western powers, one man is rapidly becoming a symbol of rebellion, not just for his people, but for an entire continent. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the 36-year-old revolutionary from Burkina Faso, is not just breaking away from old colonial chains, he's smashing them with force, and as the world watches in shock, Traoré is rewriting the rules of African diplomacy. He has turned his back on the West, and extended his hand to Russia. This is not a symbolic gesture. This is a full-scale pivot, a realignment with global consequences. Gone are the days when France called the shots in Ouagadougou. Gone are the military bases, the exploitative aid packages, and the puppet diplomacy. In their place, concrete partnerships, equal alliances, shared goals. In Moscow and St. Petersburg, Captain Traoré is not treated like a subordinate. He is welcomed as a statesman, a warrior, and a partner. Together, Burkina Faso and Russia are laying the foundation for a new Africa, sovereign, self-sufficient, and uncompromising. Let's break it down. Shield defense security. One of the first and most urgent pillars of this alliance has been military cooperation. Burkina Faso, battling insurgencies and foreign-backed instability, has signed a defense pact with Russia that includes arms shipments, training programs, intelligence sharing, and potentially joint operations in the Sahel. Russian military advisors are now helping restructure Burkina Faso's national army, not to protect foreign mining companies, but to defend the people and their land. France's so-called anti-terror operations. Gone. Traoré doesn't want foreign boots to protect him, he wants weapons and training to protect Burkina Faso. Wrench industrial development. Russia is not coming with charity, it's coming with factories. Under newly signed MOUs, Russian companies are set to help Burkina Faso establish manufacturing hubs for agricultural processing, construction materials, and even basic pharmaceuticals. Traoré's plan is simple: produce locally, export strategically, depend on no one, pick mining resource sovereignty. For decades, Burkina Faso's gold and mineral wealth were siphoned off by French and Western corporations. Today, that's changing. Traoré has nationalized certain strategic mining zones and invited Russian and BRICS-aligned firms to partner under new ownership models, ones where Burkina Faso retains majority control. No more 80-20 deals in favor of foreign companies. Russia, with its own mining expertise, has agreed to resource-sharing agreements that ensure profits stay on African soil. High-voltage energy infrastructure. Burkina Faso, like much of Africa, faces an energy crisis. But Traoré is betting on Russian engineers and Chinese-Russian hybrid investments to power the nation. Talks are underway for small-scale nuclear energy projects, solar panel manufacturing, and regional grid connectivity. These aren't just promises. These are designs, contracts, and engineers on the ground. Russian-built railways and roads are also being discussed, part of a larger West African vision to connect Burkina Faso to Mali, Niger, and Guinea, creating a trade and defense corridor free from French influence. Chief of Rice Agriculture Food Security. In the age of global food manipulation, Traoré knows that food independence is political independence. With Russian agricultural scientists and equipment manufacturers, Burkina Faso is launching mechanization programs, fertilizer production facilities, and grain storage silos to prepare for both domestic needs and future export. This is how sovereignty looks on the ground. It's not about waving flags. It's about planting seeds without foreign debt attached. Education, media ideology. A quiet revolution is also underway in schools and media. French curricula are being replaced. Western-funded NGOs are losing influence. Traoré is building partnerships to translate Russian, Chinese, and African scholarly works into local languages, to rewrite the narrative. This is not just about economics or arms. It's about the battle for African minds. And in that battle, the West is losing fast. Globe showing Europe-Africa a regional movement. Traoré is not acting alone. Together with Mali and Niger, Burkina Faso is building an anti-imperialist alliance, with economic coordination, joint military strategies, and shared infrastructure projects. The three countries recently signed the Liptako-Gourma Charter, establishing a confederation that rejects ECOWAS interference and Western coercion, and guess who's backing them diplomatically? Russia. Stop sign. The West is panicking. What was once a quiet frustration is now a full-blown emergency for Paris and Washington. Aid has been cut. Sanctions are being considered. The media narrative has turned hostile, but Traoré does not care. He is not playing their game. He is building a new one. This is not about East versus West. This is about Africa, choosing for itself, and for the first time in decades, that choice is clear: dignity over dependence. Multipolarity over monopoly. Unity over servitude. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not a puppet. He is a symbol of what Africa could become if its leaders put people before profit and sovereignty before submission. And as the winds shift across the Sahel and beyond, one thing is certain: the world is no longer watching Africa. The world is being reshaped by it.